All right, bro. La Mesa Talks, episode 6, bro. Episode 6. We're officially live. How you feeling, Abe?
Good, man. Honestly, I'm excited for our guest here, Vic.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. How's the weekend, bro? How was the week so far?
You know how it's been, man. It's tough, bro. New baby,
Mm-hmm.
no sleep.
Team no
It's
sleep.
but we're grateful though.
Yeah. Any restaurants over the weekend that you went to? Anything exciting?
Nah, just I mean we were Blackbird Diner, but that's it's like an IHOP, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing crazy, man. Just slowly getting out there with our baby and just exposing her to the world now. So, but everything's been good. I mean, besides the sleep, like you know, it's we're learning. We're trying to be parents, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
Um, Honestly, bro, it was good. Just had a good weekend. I was busy. I had a wedding on Saturday to film and photograph. That was cool because it was at a location that I never knew that there was a venue there. But couple was super nice. Their guests were super nice. And then Sunday just church, the regular church stuff, all that good stuff, English, Spanish service, all that good stuff. Yeah,
All day.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
I just came back from a meeting right now for our
Yeah.
English service and all that good stuff. So
Did
yeah,
you get
bro.
in trouble, bro?
Huh?
Did you get in trouble?
No.
Just kidding.
It was more like planning for the next events and all that good stuff.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, bro. Today we're bringing you guys a special guest, a special episode. I would say every episode is special, right? But we like to, as the show goes on and as the episodes go on, bring more and more people to inspire you guys, to motivate you guys. If either you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to start anything in life, or simply if you're just here for entertainment, if you're just here for a good time, we're bringing that to you guys. So, Abe, I'll let you do the honors, bro.
Hey, man. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Want to give a big shout out. Thanks to our boy Vic here from VickzKickz. Thanks for coming
Round
out,
of
bro.
applause. Round of
Appreciate
applause.
it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me,
Appreciate it,
guys.
man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, so yeah, man. When did you start your business, bro? VickzKickz.
VickzKickz, man. 2020, man. 2020.
Was there anything before that, or was it like you started on that day, or were you working?
So
your
yeah,
way towards that?
VickzKickz, bro, started January exactly of 2020. Before that, I used to work at a bank, credit union.
Okay.
Work at a call center. So I did that. I was been doing that for like 3 years. 3 years before that. But yeah, VickzKickz was just like something that you thought that same day, and I started that same day. So it was just something that sparked in my head on my day off of work, literally. I had Tuesday. It was a Tuesday off. I remember the exact same day because Tuesdays were always my days off.
Hey.
So it was those type of schedules where like 1 week you work Monday through Friday. The next week you get a weekday off, but you have to work Saturday, you know?
Oh, okay, guys.
So it was like the same schedule, you know what I mean? But yeah, dude, VickzKickz started on a regular day off, sparked up. I was laying down in bed,
Hey.
shopping for some shoes for me, right? I was looking to cop a personal shoe for me. And I bought it, dude. I bought a shoe, posted it on my Instagram, just see what's up. Made a little quick $50. That's when I was like, hey, I'm onto something. Screw it. Called my lady. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. She was like, yeah, do whatever you gotta do. And yeah, man,
Dang.
it's exactly how I started. Just on a random Tuesday.
That's what's up, man.
So just flipping a pair of shoes, that's it, bro. Like you had no collection, or
No collection, dude. So back in high school, dude, I loved shoes, right? I knew all the shoe releases, whatever, you know what I mean. But my mom didn't see right spending $200 on a pair of Jordans. You know what I mean?
The
My
parents-
mom, on the month of August, bought you a pair of shoes, and that's gonna last you the whole year. You know what I
Old school
mean?
year.
Yeah, that's gonna last you the whole year. But I was up to date because all my homies would wear like Jordans and stuff, so I'd be up to date of what shoes are coming out. You know what I mean? The name of them and all that.
Dang. Well, obviously, your store is really known now, man.
Thankfully, man.
Obviously, you started in 2020 during COVID. Was that helpful, or was that going against you, just
Right.
given with like COVID and all that?
Dude, it was probably the biggest risk ever, dude. I quit my I was getting paid good, you know what I mean? I was a 21-year-old getting paid like 28 an hour during that time. I was like,
Nice,
awesome,
nice.
you know what I mean? I have like a good job, steady job,
Yeah.
3 years. But I asked myself, is this something I really want to do forever? You know what I mean? Like I would meet people who like have nice houses, nice cars, and every person I would say what they do for a living was a business. You know what I mean? I never, no offense to like no one, but like if like, you know what I mean? Every person I would talk to that have a nice whip, a nice house, it was always like they have a taco shop, they have a landscaping business, they're a contractor. I'm like, okay, so the formula here is to open up a business and just go crazy, you know what I mean? And just learn during the way. So I graduated high school copying, like, you know what I mean? Copying people, tests, you know what I mean? Homework, whatever. So I was like, I applied that to real life. You know what I mean? If that's working for that person, I'm going to do it too. You know what I mean?
And I think there's such a negative like connotation, or people see that as bad in the outside world, where they're like, everybody wants to have their own original thing. But really, to be successful, I mean, there is a roadmap. And sometimes, like, to your point, like, you have to kind of copy people or kind of see what, like you said, what's working for them and just apply it to yourself.
100%, bro. 100%.
And I mean, there's a reason, or excuse me, there's a reason why there's a lot of landscapers, hardscapers now, and it's good to have competition. It's good, but you know they're looking to the right or the left, like, hey, these landscapers are making money. These hardscapers are killing it,
dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to do that too. So I mean, in the shoe game, like there's more stores now, right? Which is good. It's always good to have competition, and that's kind of why we like to bring people on here, because you might inspire somebody who's watching, is like, you know what? I've been having that dream too. Like, I'm going to do it. But yeah, man, that's cool though. You got up, you chose your dream, and you haven't looked back.
No.
You know?
Yeah. I started January of 2020. I was doing it for 6 months. I remember exactly June of 2020. Quit my job, dude. Quit my job. And then just focused on doing shoes, man.
Did you get any negative feedback?
My mom.
Oh, yeah.
She thought I was a lazy dude just laying down in bed, not knowing me, just sitting down. I was making money off my phone. You know what I mean? So yeah, my mom kind of like was kind of thrown off. She was used to me waking up at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, just be out at work, be back by 5, 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was used to that. So when she would get home, I was just chilling in the sofa. You know what I mean? Waiting for clients to DM me, hey, I need these shoes, you know what I mean? So she was not used to that. But I think just my mom, man, she was like kind of like, what's up with this? You know what I mean? You're lazy now, you don't work, you know what I mean? But
that's crazy, bro, because it's kind of a similar story to me. I started in 2020 too, around this week of 2020 when COVID happened. A buddy of mine, Luis Milan, just met with me. He was like, hey, bro, I'm swamped with work. And he went to the bank where I was at, because that's how we met. We met at the bank, and he was like, bro, I have like a ton of photo shoots. I have a ton of weddings that you can come with me. Just buy a camera. And I remember I went to Best Buy, got a credit card, picked up the camera curbside, and same thing, bro. I mean, I come from the bank, so almost 10 years in the bank.
oh wow.
And I was like, I'm done with this lifestyle, you know? So I started 2020. I was still at the bank. And then May of last year, I left the bank completely.
Congrats, dude.
And
Congrats.
thanks. And went on my own. So now it's been a little scary, but that's cool, bro. I didn't know that. I'm just meeting VickzKickz as we, do this episode. So that's cool. I like that.
Dude, I love the adrenaline though of making your own money now, dude. To me, it gets me excited, and I feel like that's what an entrepreneur is. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, because they like the adrenaline of like, you gotta wake up and make your money now. You know what I mean? So that gets me excited, dude. To like, I wake up, I'm like, how much money are we gonna make today? You know what I mean?
That's true.
And I think, in every business, you gotta hustle, right? In the shoe game, like, do you think you have to hustle a little more, in the sense of like, hey, like, you gotta look for your clients, or their clients just come to you now? Like,
so
on some cases, or
so this is something like, I feel like the way I started, dude, when I first started, was I wasn't really focused on making money. I was focused on like building relationship with clients. You know what I mean? I feel like people who start, they're more focused on making money than building a relationship with clients. You know what I mean? If you invest in your clients, you gotta look at them as an asset. You know what I mean? If you treat them right, good prices, they're gonna tell families and friends. Word of mouth is still a huge marketing business. You know what I mean? So I feel like, yeah, man. I mean, in this part of business, I feel like word of mouth is still something I still focus, and that's why I try to treat my customers with good customer service, good prices. You know what I mean? Invest in my clients and my clientele.
Bro, I see your stories a lot, and I'm always like, dude, he has like such good pricing that makes you just want to run to the store. Like, and I'm like, dang, like it's good because you keep that competition alive, you know, and it's attractive.
Yeah. It's funny because you guys are from the bank, and I started at the bank, and then I went to the mortgage industry and at Discover, and I told my wife, I was like, hey, like, I'm ready for something different.
Yeah.
Like, take on the landscaping, business and all that, and we got into it, and here we are now. Obviously, we've learned a lot. We've won a lot. We've all different things, and it's just there's like this something inside you that's like proud of yourself for actually getting out of your comfort zone and trying something different. Because if not, like, you would just be mad. Who knows, like, bitter at your old job, just like, man, like, who knows, like, I'd wake up sometimes like with anxiety, like, man, I got to do something in my life, like. I'm not okay with these couple thousand checks. Like, I want more, and also just to put your family in a better place. And we're not done, right? We're still, all three of us, we're still working on taking our family to the next level, and
100%,
and their kids, right? Which brings me to the next question for you, man. Like, do you plan on expanding VickzKickz to like maybe a different city, a different state, like, or where would you like VickzKickz to reach, like, or what's your goal for that?
It's crazy because like I really haven't thought about it like that crazy, you know what I mean? But the next step for sure is worldwide. I've always said it, but we're in a different generation now that everything's online, you know what I mean? So the plan is a website where everyone from out of state can shop, you know what I mean? Just because everybody's on their phone now. TikTok has taken over too, you know what I mean? Online's taken over. So for a brick and mortar like me, it's better to like push online now, you know what I mean? Content, marketing online too. So the next step is definitely a big website worldwide where people can shop, you know what I mean?
What do you think, bro, separates you from the other shops? Because obviously, like Abe said, there's a lot of shops, but specifically, what do you think like separates VickzKickz from everybody else?
I feel like everybody has their own clientele, bro. I feel like people shop with me because of me. I'm always there. I treat people like a friend. You come in there, we'll start a conversation. You come for a shoe, but we'll chop it up. Like, what you been up to? You know what I mean? I try to like build a relationship with everybody. You know what I mean? What separates me, I try to have the best prices I can. Edgar's right there across the street. We got my guy Wilson across the street, but it's kind of like a community there, bro. People think we're like competition. You'd be surprised. We'd be on the phone together, helping each other out. Wilson will call me, hey, I have a customer, do you have this size? He'll send it my way. I call him, just in case he has a shoe. If he has that shoe that customer needs, I'll send him that way. So we're like a kind of a community that kind of helps each other out, bro.
Which I think that's important to note, because like you said, a lot of people think that stores are hating on each other, or stores are trying to fight for customers, but it's actually, like you said, the opposite. And when Edgar was here, he said the same thing. Like, he's always trying to help wherever he can. If he has to send somebody over there, he sends somebody over there. And it's same thing on the photography and videography side. Like with my friend Ramfed, which is also your friend. Like, same thing. He's giving me a few customers that maybe he can't take. And same thing. Like, I've tried my best to recommend them. If I can't go somewhere, be like, hey, we'll call this guy. Maybe he could make it. So that's important in business. Like, don't try to like be jealous or try to start something where there's nothing. Like, just simply help out, your neighbor, and help out whoever you can if you have the opportunity.
100%, bro. 100%.
100, man. That's real, and I'm actually glad to hear that. Although I heard it from Edgar, but like, I shop at your store a lot.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure you see me.
100%, bro. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you always coming in, man.
And it's true though. What you say, like, every time I've gone in there, even from the first time, man, like, I feel like I knew you already.
Yeah.
And I think there's also a connection. I mean, you respect all your clients, but I don't know, man. That just that Mexican American in us too.
Yeah,
I feel
bro.
like there's always a connection. I mean, it's not a race thing, but it is a race thing.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
But you've always, taken care of us or myself. Actually, these kicks I got with you, bro. So
Nice.
But yeah, man, what you say is true. You're building relationships. Each shoe someone buys, and someone maybe someone doesn't buy from you, but
bro,
they created that relationship with
Phoenix is humongous, bro. Arizona is huge, bro. Like, there's plenty enough for everybody.
Yeah. But what's it called? I know, Arizona is slowly growing. Do you think that like we can be California someday with just like just I don't know. I feel like California has that popularity,
Yeah.
like the shoes, just a lifestyle that what they call swag or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you think we can compete with them?
Who knows, bro? Who knows? That's a really tough question, bro. I feel like Arizona's really always late to the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I feel like we're always late to the game. It's just like I feel like since I started, I feel like style of shoes and stuff comes from the East Coast and makes its work its way down to like the West Coast. A6, have you guys heard of A6?
Yeah.
That comfort shoe. That shoe was at Walmart 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And
Wow.
now it's like a fashion shoe that everybody wants to wear or just for comfort. You know what I mean? So it's weird how trends change every 6 months or every year. You know what I mean? So us as sneaker store owners, we gotta stay up to date with trends.
I bet, man. Do you think like you can catch the wave pretty quick though, like as a business owner, or do you just kind of like once it's here, you're like, okay, I got to get a bunch of these. Like, how does that?
I try to have I don't try to follow the wave sometimes. It just depends. I try to have a variety. I'll get some of it like what's popping too, but I try to stay with what's been working. You know what I mean? If it's the Jordan's been working, gotta stick with it. If the Yeezy's been working, there's a lot of controversy with Yeezy, obviously. You know what I mean? But people still buy them not because of the name, because how comfortable they are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So the people that keep coming back buying Yeezys, they don't buy it because whatever Kanye does online, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
They buy them because how comfortable they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What has been the hardest challenge for you, bro, as a store owner? Sorry.
I would say growing, man. Growing is tough because I've been using my own money to grow, and using your own money, your own capital to grow is really hard. You know what I mean? Especially with small margins. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to grow. But thankfully, after 3 years, I finally see some progress. You know, finally can say I've seen some progress. But it's been a challenge, dude. There's so many times I lost count how many times I wanted to quit. You know what I mean? It was 2 months. Last year, I signed another 3 years at my location.
Okay.
But 2 months before signing, dude, I was thinking about it. I'm like, holy crap, it's been slow. You know what I mean? But thankfully, the people who surround me push me to like, you know, dude, you're barely starting, dude. Like, keep going. You know what I mean? You have a lot of potential, and it's weird because after they tell me that, a month later, doom, I'm popping. You know what I mean? But I try to take business every month now. I would take every day of business every day. Like if we had a bad single day, the next day I would think about like I didn't sell nothing today. You know what I mean? I want to quit. You know what I mean? So I started taking by month now. You know what I mean?
So that's what I guess you answered my next question. But like, what would you say for those maybe people on whether it's like I don't know, quitting the gym or quitting business? Like, what would you tell them if they feel like quitting maybe right now?
Don't, man. I mean, anybody's gonna tell you the same thing. Don't quit, dude. You'll see progress. You gotta just keep going. You know, it takes. I'm gonna say it takes balls to be in this business. Not everybody can do it. You know what I mean? That's why you can try to tell someone to be an entrepreneur, but you can't. It has to come from themselves to be an entrepreneur or do whatever they want. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. I think I like the realness because everybody wants to sound like from the day one
Professional.
It's been like it's been
Easy.
you know easy.
Right.
It's been profiting. 'Cause everybody likes to say like it's profit. You know, there's a lot of profit, but you know that's I think being real about it will always show people that your genuineness, your realness, and I appreciate you sharing that because I don't think everybody wants to share their bad times.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear that. And I mean, I see it, bro. Like, your people that I follow go to your store too. And I'm like, that's cool. Like slowly expanding. I mean, it's not how fast you are. It's a marathon, right? Like just keep going, you'll get to where you want to be. Which is, I'm happy to see that, bro. Honestly.
Thank you, brother.
I'm happy to see that you're succeeding, man.
For VickzKickz, bro, I have this question and I asked most of my like just entrepreneur friends and just in general because I'm raised Mexican and Hispanic, and I think we have a different drive, bro, just because of sometimes the way that we grow up. At least for me, like same thing when I started my business, my mom was like, "Pero mijo, like, just find yourself security, find yourself like stay at the bank. And then when I quit, she was like, I know, like now I'm gonna be stressing for you because like what if you have a bad month? And I'm like, Mom, like it's okay, like that's my problem to worry about. Like I appreciate your love and your care and stuff, but it's because of the way that we were raised that she always wanted security. So like, what parts of you growing up, bro, could you share that? Like what fueled you to be a business owner?
Dude, I've been at the bottom so many times, bro. I've been at the bottom so many times. Like I said, bro, I wasn't scared to take the risk. You know what I mean? If it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, who cares? I was already at the bottom. You know what I mean? So I took the risk because I know what the outcome's going to be. You know what I mean? I could start from zero and pick myself up again. You know what I mean? I've done that multiple times, bro. So, but yeah, man, just taking the risk of like, see what the outcome can be. You know what I mean? You don't want to wake up the next day and say to yourself, what could I have done if I didn't do that? You know what I mean?
How was your upbringing, like growing up? How was it for you?
I'm not gonna stay here and lie to you guys. I'll be like, oh, I was eating bread, and you know what I mean. Thankfully, to my mom, she's a hard worker, immigrant. Grew up with her, helping her clean houses. You know what I mean. She would clean houses, and luckily, man, there was always food on the plate here. But I feel like that thrive of seeing her work made me like not be there. You know what I mean. I want to yo quiero sacarla where she's from. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I feel like that fueled me up to be my own boss. You know what I mean.
Yeah, shout out. I feel like I say this every episode, but shout out to our moms because same thing, bro. Like my mom never really worked, but it was just me, my mom, and my brother, and she did everything she had to do as far as like if she needed to sell tamales, she would sell tamales, and like just remembering those memories, or she would sell tortillas. They would sell at one point in my apartment. I had like a little candy store for the whole apartments to come and buy, and it was just from her like pushing me like do it, and me seeing her like not afraid to make 30 to 40 docenas of the tamales to sell to different people, and like it just fueled me to be like, you know what, like I want to give back to my mom one day, and but I want to like do it big, like here's your house, or here's she doesn't drive, but here's your house, or here's something that I've worked for that is paid. You don't have to worry, and you can retire here and have a good time. And I think
That's the goal. That's the goal.
That's a
bro.
lot of our goals, right?
Yeah, 100%, bro. It's funny because when I was younger too, bro, I would sell bolis.
Hey,
I would sell
crazy.
bolis, bro, and it's funny because like I remember like people would ask me like if I wasn't embarrassed to go knock doors and sell bolis. Nah, I didn't really care. You know what I mean? What I was scared of was the dog to bite me. You know what I mean? That's what I was scared of. But yeah, dude, I would sell bolis. I think I was like in 6th grade, dude. I would sell bolis around the neighborhood.
Dang,
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now he's selling shoes and he's successful. That's crazy. Like
Gracias a Dios, bro. Gracias a Dios. Sí, it's been a blessing.
Don't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, same thing. Like I said, that just growing up, bro, in Phoenix, and the love for the community, bro. Do you get like a lot of people maybe from high school that you recognize?
Yeah, dude. A lot of people come from high school, man, and it's sick for them to like congratulate me with my story. You know what I mean? They see it now, so it's a blessing to get people there. Even my teachers from elementary, like,
Hey.
yeah, they be liking my posts and stuff. I'm like, that's sick. That's sick. You know what I mean?
That's cool, bro.
That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I really liked math when I was in elementary. I remembered, and but yeah, man, it's pretty cool to have people from high school come to my shop and just shop. You know what I mean? I'm kind of happy. Like I'm the type of person that anybody who walks in the store, I'm like appreciate it because they took the time out of their day to just come to my store. You know what I mean? They thought of VickzKickz. So yo con eso me conformo when people come. You know what I mean? Even if just to browse and say what's up, yo con eso me conformo. To me, that's enough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel you, man. That's anybody who has the time to just like invest their time or their money into you, like or us. It's always, we always appreciate that. Wanted to ask you. I know you've had a lot of like, famous people at your store.
Yeah.
Out of all the famous people that you had, who was like the dopest guy to have in there, or girl?
Yeah. I would say that A. Castro, bro. He's an OG Mexican singer. Dude, I think that was the most humble dude ever. We had he came like just on a randomly, and we had clients there. Usually there's sometimes like influencers, whatever, they want to come by themselves, after hours or before hours. This dude just pulled up randomly and started taking pictures with my clients were there. He was cool with people there, you know what I mean? And that I feel like he was one of the most coolest dudes ever. It's that type of feeling where what you said earlier. I feel like I already know him because we were just chopping it up, you know what I mean? So it was pretty sick. It was pretty cool of him, man.
How do you handle that, bro? You said influencers, they try to show up and they try to tell you like, I either want to show up before, I want to show after. How do you as a business owner like kind of handle that? Because they kind of want you almost to cater to them. And is it some that you're down for and some that you're not? Or is it like you absolutely don't do that?
Honestly, bro, I try to be respectful as I can. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're gonna help me out. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of look at it that way. They have a big following. They have a big, lot of eyes. You know what I mean? If that's gonna help me out, I'll try to work the best with them. At their convenience. You know what I mean? But if it's something overboard, definitely not. You know what I mean? Asking too much of like, let's say there's clients there and they want people to leave, for sure I won't do that. You know
like
what I mean?
Like close the shop down?
Yeah, because you're no different than the person that's gonna buy his shoes right now. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, it just depends. It just depends. You know what I mean?
I know you just had a Vargas on there, bro.
Yeah.
How was that?
Dude, the most unexpected thing ever, dude. You know what I mean? Compared to what you see on social media, dude, that's one of the most humble dudes I've ever met. I'll probably be the second person, you know what I mean? That was the coolest dude to come. You know what I mean? That dude was just cool as hell. You know what I mean? Browsing around, took a couple shoes, some tees. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So it's that type of person that pulled up and didn't expect like nothing. You know what I mean? That
That's
dude,
cool.
you know what I mean?
That's
Sometimes you pull up and
That's cool.
they want a hookup. You know what I mean? And that's the type of person that I'll take this. I'll take how much? You know what I mean?
And I asked Edgar kind of the similar thing, like with these influencers or artists or big people. Do you treat it kind of normal, or is there part of you that's like, you know what, I'm gonna hook them up here and there, or do you see them just like all fair?
I'll try to. Everybody's fair, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's fair. You know what I mean? I treat the same way as I'll treat my guy Abraham if he came in the store. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it depends. It depends. Sometimes, of course, like they're in the business of marketing. You know what I mean? They know they're gonna help me out. So sometimes they be asking for free stuff for sure. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know what I mean? They be coming in here. Hey, if you give me some free pair of shoes, I'll give you a shout out. You know what I mean? Or something like that. And sometimes, you know what I mean? If it works out, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
It's an investment.
It's a lot of people. It's an investment at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Would you rather give them cash or would you rather give them a free pair of shoes? Screw it. Here's a free pair of shoes, dude. Give me a shout out. And honestly, it's work. Why would I not keep doing? You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes like, let's say there's an influencer in town and you want them to come by. You got to give them a reason to come by if they don't know you. You know what I mean? So, hey, pull up, dude. I'll hook you up on some shoes. I'll give you a good discount. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, sometimes I break even. I give him the shoe at cost. He comes in. I don't lose money. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes it works out, dude. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Some of these people you reach out to, or they reach out to you, or they just...
Sometimes they reach out to me, dude. Sometimes they reach out to me. Sometimes it's like random friends that hit me up. Be like, hey, dude. Like my guy Luciano is the one that messaged me saying Fernando Vargas is here. Luciano's huge out here. He knows a lot of people. So he reached out to me, hey, Fernando Vargas is in town. He needs a fit for the fight. I was like, bring him by, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, so it just depends. Sometimes I reach out to them if I really want them to come by.
Think so your DMs are open, bro?
Yeah, 100%, bro. Everybody welcome. The best one, I feel like I've had unexpected ones. The best unexpected client was Rajon Rondo, the basketball player.
really?
Wow.
Dude pulled up on a random Thursday, dude.
Because
And
he's like jerkish, I feel like.
dude, and I remember because my phone number is on Google, right? I have a business number for Google, and I answer calls every day. And I remember this dude calling for an 11.5 Kobe. I was like, yeah, I have some in stock. Pull up. He's all right. I see him. I was in my desk, right, and I just see someone walk in. I welcome in. Before I even get into the wall, I already know who he was. I was like, holy shit, this is freaking Rajon
on
Rondo.
the phone, he didn't tell you like.
No,
Rajon Rondo.
it's just random person calling to see what
that's
I have.
crazy.
Yeah, I have a picture. I'll show you guys when he pulled up. And I don't want to be such like all over him. You know what I mean? I try to treat him like anybody else.
Yeah.
Let me know if you have any questions, but I couldn't wait. I think 2 minutes after, I was like, Rajon Rondo, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, man. Let me know if you need anything. You know what I mean?
That's dope,
Freaking
bro.
champion. You know what I mean? One of the best point guards in my opinion. And I grew up watching him play against Kobe, the Suns. You know what I mean? Nash, all that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, dude. I think that was one of the best unexpected people who I write to my store.
Dang.
That's crazy, bro. Did you ask him how he heard about you, or was it just...
Yeah, that's the first thing I asked. I was like, how'd you... Oh, well, no, never mind. I didn't ask him that because I already knew it was the dude that called.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming he just searched up sneaker stores. And
Like sneaker
I was
boutique.
up there. I was
Yeah.
I was up there for sure. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the reason he reached out. You know what I mean?
Did he have
He
an
came in
auto-
an Uber. He came in an
Oh, okay.
Uber. I saw his
Oh.
Suburban, like like Uber Suburban, pull up, left. He was done shopping, and I told him he was waiting for his Uber. So he was just literally sitting on my bench for like 10 minutes waiting for his Uber too.
Dang.
Yeah.
And was it like a busy day or no?
No, it wasn't a busy day, dude. It was just pretty slow. We did have someone in there, but they didn't know who he was.
Oh, that's crazy.
They didn't know who he was. There was someone there, and yeah, that's it, man. I didn't even have time to tell my neighbor. He's a barber. There's a barber shop next door, and I didn't even have time to tell him because they're big basketball fans too. So I regret not going next door and let them know. You know what I mean? But I don't want to like make Rajon Rondo feel uncomfortable because let's say next time he comes to AZ, he needs some basketball shoes, or he's with one of his basketball buddies. You know what I mean? He'll come back to my shop. You know what I mean?
Did he follow you, or do you guys exchange?
Nah, I didn't really
contact?
exchange. I gave him my business card for sure. It's funny because he said he's looking to sell some shoes too because there's a lot of shoes he said he doesn't wear. So I gave him my contact info and let me know. You know, I told him I would drive out to Cali, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make some content out of this. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, he hasn't reached out to me, sadly, dude.
Not yet, but soon, hopefully.
So hopefully, dude. Yeah, it's been like a little over a year. It's been a little over a year. Yeah, that he came out.
Hey, let's tag him and Rondo so he can hit him up, bro.
We're gonna make a clip out of this, bro. Hit up your boy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You said you went to the fight too, right? For
I was there this Saturday. Yeah.
How was that, bro?
It was cool. It was really cool, dude. It was my first boxing fight.
Hey,
Yeah, it was my first boxing fight, dude. It was sick because I was like on the floor seats. I was like third row behind the Vargas the corner, so it was pretty cool, dude. It was pretty cool.
Did you get to talk to their dad or anything?
Nah. I really didn't. Nah, I just said what's up to Fernando Vargas. He was like close by where we were at, but nah, I really didn't say what's up. I was like a little bit far.
Is Vargas big, bro? Like in person?
Nah,
or
dude.
Does he look?
He's like, I could take him.
Nah, dude. Nah, dude. It was funny, dude. Fernando, he's hella funny, dude, because he was trying on the shoe, right? And then he's like, all right, bro, let me ask you something. Just like that, he told me. He's like, who'd you bet on? Oscar de la Hoya or my dad? He told me that playing around. And I was, in my head, I was like, should I say Oscar de la Hoya? If I say, they probably hit me with the left hook. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, I was just like, your dad. I was like, your dad, bro, your dad.
we're still kids in diapers at that time.
That's
bro.
what I was saying.
That.
I was like, bro, I was hella young, if anything. Because that fight was like early 2000s, no, something like that.
Something like that.
I actually remember it, but like not like actually like watching as a fan, just with my cousins running around, because it was like Mexican versus Mexican type, you know.
Yeah.
So like I remember our family would get together for that. Which I was gonna ask you, what you think about the Canelo and Crawford fight, man? I'm sure you watched it, right?
Yeah.
Was it like, did it hurt to like see Canelo lose? Although he's lost before, but like to Bivol, but someone smaller than him, bro. Although Canelo is, you know, smaller and he's like 5'8". He's always been a small boxer, but it's kind of sad to see him lose. But what do you think?
Dude, I feel like he didn't take that fight serious at all, dude. You know what I mean? I feel like he didn't take it serious at all, dude. You can just tell he got outboxed, dude, bad. You know what I mean? I kind of knew Crawford was gonna win, bro, because of how his IQ, how he fights. You know what I mean? He's not a knockout fighter, bro. He just boxes, jab, all the way to the 12 rounds. Screw it. He doesn't care how he wins as long as he wins. You know what I mean? So a lot of people thought he was gonna just be running around the ring just to get the W, but it was pretty devastating because with Raza, he represents us, you know what I mean? And when you go on social media, people talking shit. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what I mean?
That must hurt. All
Yeah,
the comments, you know?
yeah, exactly. So
True.
it was like, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But it's cool to like see like it's okay to lose, you know what I mean? It's pretty sick to see that. His message was like pretty sick after, you know what I mean? Like head up still, you know what I mean? It was pretty cool.
And in business, that happens a lot.
100%, bro.
Owners, you have good days, you have good weeks, you have bad months, you have good months. You know, it happens. You win some, you lose some, like they say.
And it's crazy. He's still the face of boxing after losing, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Benavidez is coming for that, though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him, bro. I've always liked Benavidez just because he represents Phoenix. I love people who represent like our city a lot, dude. I have a lot of respect for him, even if they talk crap. You know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for people who represent Phoenix, even if they're the evil person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're representing us. You know what I mean?
Like you say, he's playing his role.
Exactly,
like
bro.
The evil person
Exactly,
right
bro. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
Has he pulled up to your shop by chance?
Nah, dude, no. I remember one time I was gonna sponsor his brother though. Jose, is that his name? Right?
Yeah,
Jose.
Jose
Yeah, I was gonna
Rodriguez.
sponsor him, dude, but it was out of my budget. It was out of my budget. I was
Oh.
excited to sponsor him, dude, but it was definitely out of my budget
Like,
for my name to be on the shorts.
Oh, really?
wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's
do you,
cool.
do you mind sharing the amount or no?
It was a few thousand for sure.
thousand?
It was a
Yeah.
few thousand. It was a few thousand. Yeah, it was a few
Uh,
thousand just to have the name on there. And sometimes, like, let's be real, like, do we pay attention to the shorts? You know what I mean? Not really, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends, I guess, but yeah.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't,
like
yeah,
let
I
me see,
really
like
don't.
how many times have Canelo got like
Sponsored.
sponsor? I've never paid attention. You know what I mean? Probably Tecate. That's all I remember. You know what I mean?
Or maybe somebody like Jake Paul. Maybe.
Yeah, but like
because they wear crazier shorts. I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, for
Well,
sure.
Canelo wears Dolce & Gabbana, but I've never felt the need to go buy a Dolce & Gabbana shirt. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
that's-
nah.
I'd rather sponsor like the
Forget
dude I
that.
sponsor right now. His name's Elias. I'm not sure if you guys heard of him. Terraza. He's a local professional boxer here. I sponsor him. I've been sponsoring him for a few years now.
What's his name?
He's local. Elias. They call him El
Elias.
Terraza. Yeah.
El Terraza.
Yeah,
I
check him
haven't
out,
seen
dude. He's an upcoming fighter.
Yeah.
He's 12-0 right now.
Oh,
He's
wow.
12-0. Yeah, he's training in Cali right now, but he's upcoming. I've been sponsoring him for a few years now, and
Nice, man.
it's been cool. I rather support local. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
yeah, 100%.
I just tell him when you make it, dude, don't forget about me.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Those shorts better still say
He
VickzKickz.
I actually have 2 shorts he gifted me.
Yeah,
So it's pretty
nice.
cool. I have them in my shop. Whenever you guys check it out, I have him right there on top of my my door.
Is he from Phoenix?
Yeah, he's from
Yeah?
Phoenix. Yeah, he's
Okay.
from Phoenix. He represents Phoenix for sure. Yeah.
So in the shop, bro, it's just you. Like you're the only one that runs everything, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm the owner. Do I run everything? But I have some staff. I have 2 staff right now. I have 2 employees. Danny, who's been with me since I first started. So him, shout out to my boy Danny. And then I have right now my guy Ruben, who started with me last year.
Nice.
But yeah, man. And of course my lady, dude. She does all the numbers for me. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what I
she
mean?
helps you
Oh
too.
yeah. She's a big
Which,
help.
which a lot of people I feel like don't know. Even like in Abe's case, right? In my case too, like sometimes my wife will help me out with stuff, but people sometimes don't know that. Like
Nobody knows that. Dude.
the-
She
the
probably works
behind
harder than me. You know what I mean? She does, dude. Yeah, she does. She's my accountant. She's all that, dude. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to your wife, man.
Yeah.
Or our wives too. Because my wife, should be helping out with like all the, behind the current stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm the face, but with the clients and my workers, but she's behind the
Yeah, dude.
the computer helping me out with stuff. So shout out to her and shout out to our wives for
Definitely, bro.
that effort. That they
Clutch,
give out.
clutch.
well, one thing I wanted to highlight, bro. Like I said, I follow my mutual friend Ramfit. He does videos and stuff. And one thing I wanted to highlight that really stood out for me that you did, which a lot of people I don't see do a lot, especially as business owners. When I was looking through your social media, I saw a video that you guys gave away a few pairs of shoes to like
Yeah.
just random people in the street, bro. And to me, I was like, that tells you a lot about the business owner. So like,
Yeah.
well, what kind of fueled that, bro?
Dude, I had an amazing month. It was
Yeah.
like a great month. And I'm like, I believe in God a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like that was like a message from God and like, si te da algo, like, give back. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong giving back. And I've just told myself, I was like, it's time to give back a little bit. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude, we got like 20 pairs and then good shoes too, dude. Like I could have made money off these
Yeah,
shoes. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah, dude, we just start driving down through Camelback. And it was just an idea that popped up to my head until for now I was like, I'm going to go give shoes out. Gathered up a pile and then, yeah, I just started giving them out, dude. You know what I mean?
And
And-
what I liked is that, like, I'm not saying that you weren't selective, but like, it was literally random people.
Random,
like, you
dude.
could have went to a mall maybe where
Yeah.
there's maybe more people who were kind of looking for shoes, but
Yeah.
I like that it was just random people on the street. Some of them, I don't want to assume that they were homeless, but someone may have been homeless or
Yeah.
someone may have been like on their last pair of shoe that was ruined.
Yeah.
And like even one of the ladies was like, dang, like I never expected to wake up to this today. And it's like, you
Yeah,
changed
dude.
somebody's day, bro.
Yeah, that's something that I can't buy, dude. That feeling of just giving back, dude, is just like a really good feeling, dude. So it kind of pushes me more to keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a sick feeling giving back, dude. And I wish I could keep doing it. You know what I mean? Hopefully do more. I've done a lot, dude. 2 years ago, we did a toy drive. I'm from Rancho in Chihuahua. And it's like 2 hours away from like the main city. You know what I mean? So there's like no roads. It's like just dirt. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I got once I first started, I started doing toy drives and driving to Mexico and then just give them away to kids. We did that 2 years in a row. We did that for back to school out there too, dude. So whenever there's a time to give back, dude, I'm all about it. You know what I mean?
What's up, man? Hey, man, if you don't mind, let us be a part of that.
For sure, dude.
If it if
Definitely,
it's
bro.
okay with
Of
you,
course, bro.
we'd love to.
The
Somehow,
more, the better. You know what I
support
mean?
that.
The more and better, dude. Yeah.
I think think we're all with the same spirit. We like to give back, especially to our community,
Yeah.
man. Obviously, there's a lot going on right now, and I think there's nothing more important than just following what God put in your heart to like give back in whatever capacity, right? Whether it's shoes, money, or just time or prayer or something. But would love to help out in any way.
Definitely,
Possible,
bro.
bro.
I'm always up to it,
You
dude.
can just
I'm always up to it.
Just let us know. Reach out to us. We're really down to do
Definitely,
that
bro.
stuff.
There's other people that want to get together too. So even, the more business, the more people, even better, bro. You know what I mean?
We just want to be on your shorts, bro.
Let's do it. Fuck it.
Nah. Oh man, that's crazy, bro. What's like a story that you haven't really told people about your shop or something that's happened that you've never shared but you'd like to share here in the pod, bro? It could be a good one or it could be like, yo, someone tried running up on you, try to jack your shoes, and you're like, nah.
No, I would say it was before opening up a shop, dude. The sneaker events like Sneaker Con and stuff like that. They have them in every different city.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a sneaker event out there in San Diego called Kobe Sneaker Swap Meet. I was every time that sneaker event gets popping out there, you know what I mean? It's a good ROI for sure every time I go out there. So I got a table out there, right? I would drive like tonight to be out there by like 5-6 in the morning. So it'd be like no sleep. I'd get there straight to like put my table out, you know what I mean? But this time I decided to get there a day early to get some rest because it's very tiring, dude. So I get there, I get a hotel next to the sneaker event because it's close, right? That was my biggest mistake. So it was going to be a huge sneaker event. There was a lot of eyes around, obviously, the hotels. You know what I mean? So I get there, I get to the hotel, I leave all my shoes on the back of my truck, but it had a bed cover, So I park, me parqué reversa, reversed, so it won't get that much eyes, dude. Go to sleep, wake up the next day. I get to a sneaker event. I start taking the shoes out. I start setting them up, dude. There was like 50 shoes missing, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
And, dude, I could have sworn I was like, I got robbed. For sure, I got robbed. And we're done. I already knew I got robbed, dude. So I was just like in a bad mood all day selling shoes. I was still selling, but I was like just in a bad mood. You know what I mean? I get to the hotel. I tell the hotel people I got robbed. An hour later, they call me and they start showing me the footage. How dude just opened up the tailgate and started taking like shoes randomly, bro. Randomly, yes. And it's crazy, dude, because the truck I had, I was used to it. It locks, right, with the remote, but it doesn't lock the tailgate. You have to manually go and lock it, and I forgot about that. So it was kind of my fault leaving the tailgate open. But yeah, dude, I got robbed with $5,000 worth of shoes. It's my biggest loss, dude.
Any Travis's?
I don't even remember, dude. I was very like not freaking like good at writing my inventory down. Whatever I got, just posted it. You know what I mean? I didn't even know. I didn't even have a note. I wasn't organized at all, dude. I was just had a bunch of shoes and was just trying to sell them. You know what I mean? But never I thought I would get robbed. But it was definitely like with the intention of people knowing that there was going to be a lot of sellers out there. You know what I mean? So they showed me the footage of them just going through each car or van, see if they're open. And my mistake was leaving the truck open. Yeah. Got robbed for sure.
But it's a good story still because, I mean, you're still in business, bro.
Yeah.
So, you didn't let that define you. So that's
for sure, bro. It was a good loss.
Yeah.
It was a good loss.
Obviously, there's a lot of prominent figures in the shoe game. We asked Edgar last time about Kenny Gonzalez and that guy Wang and all this. Like, who do you think has the best shoe collection, bro? I'm sure you've seen some of the videos out there.
Fat Joe,
yeah,
all that controversy.
Dude, that's a good one. What's crazy is we never seen Fat Joe's collection. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's true.
he
just talks about it. Huh?
Yeah, he just talks about it, but it can be all talk at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
Dude, I would say that dude that was on Comment Hype video. What's his name? Dude with the ponytail. I forgot what the dude's name. Is that Ken?
Yeah. The perfect pair.
Yeah. I feel like he does, bro. His collection was insane. It was insane. You can tell he does it. He doesn't care about the price. You can tell he loves the shoe. You know what I mean? So I feel like his collection was crazier than anything I've seen. You know what I mean?
I feel like we all grew up like watching that YouTube video.
Yeah.
From like 12, 15 years ago, where he did his first collection review, and there's pairs in there that hadn't released. there's stuff in there he couldn't talk about because it was too like crazy. And so when it comes to like the Fat Joe and Perfect Pair, I'm like, bro, there's no one like the Perfect Pair.
Facts, facts, facts.
Who's the? I know you kind of mentioned some like famous people, but who else like that you could say you would be willing to highlight that has gone to the shop that you're like, hey, like they're pretty cool. Maybe you didn't expect him to be chilled like that.
He was popping back then, dude. You guys remember Lalo? Lalo Gone
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah.
He's a funny. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. Dude, he's funny as hell, dude. But like, it's someone like you like don't expect in person. You know what I mean? It was just a nice person, dude. He wasn't like a funny, goofy dude you see online. He was just a nice dude that came in store. He was a funny dude when he came by. He was popping, dude, online. So to see him in person, it was pretty cool to see him, dude. He was a funny dude. I think he was another person that was really cool to see for sure.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because I mean not to like boast or nothing, but I just started working with him recently.
Yeah.
So we're working on like different projects and stuff. So now you mentioned,
Yeah, he's
cool.
a funny dude. He's a cool dude, bro. He's a cool, nice dude. His story's pretty cool, dude, because dude, he used to live at a park, you know, landscaping, whatever, dude, cut grass and stuff. So his story's pretty cool too.
He's actually, for future reference, a guest that I'm trying to get on.
Yeah,
to share his story.
His story would be nice to hear, bro.
Because a lot of people, like I told him, a lot of people see you like a jokester and all that,
Yeah.
which is cool. Like that's how you built your social media. I'm like, but I think it would be impactful for people to know like your actual like backstory.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember him on TikTok, bro.
Yeah, dude, he was popping, dude. He was
Flaquito.
yes,
Flaquito,
yeah.
bro. Like, I was like, damn, bro. Like, but yeah, hopefully we get him on so we can see his story. Or
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, because I don't think he's ever done a podcast.
I think he did one, but
Yeah?
it was just like, you know, hanging out and messing around and stuff. But like I would want it more to pick his brain on like
Yeah,
that stuff,
definitely.
you know?
Yeah, I think he was a really cool person, bro, to see in person for sure.
What is I always like to ask what does your morning routine look like, bro?
I'm a dad, dude. I'm a dad. So wake up and give time. You know what I mean to my son. I grew up without a dad, dude. So it's kind of to this day I'm learning to be a dad. You know what I mean? Because I didn't grow up with a dad. So it's kind of like hard to be a dad. So to this day I'm learning how to be a dad, dude. So try to give the best time I can to my son for sure, to my wife, and then my store opens up at 12 p.m. So by 11 I'm out the door. You know what I mean? So I try to wake up early, give them time, spend some time with my son, and then boom, just go back to work, bro. And then yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing crazy, bro.
What do you guys usually eat for lunch, bro?
Dude, my girl's she's tired of making this, dude. Her breakfast sandwich, chef's kiss, bro. Oh my gosh, she's tired of making me breakfast sandwiches, dude. Yeah, dude. She gets down in the kitchen. She gets down in the kitchen, dude. So yeah, I love her. I love her food, dude. She loves me. I love this breakfast sandwich she makes. But yeah, that's it, bro.
And typical weekend, bro. Like let's say you're not at the shop, you maybe decided to take a day off. Where are you going, bro?
I recently bought a horse, bro. I recently
yeah?
bought a horse. So I'm out in Buckeye. My cousin has a rancho in Buckeye.
Nice.
And I bought a horse, and that horse is there, right? So I go out there, give him. He's like my son too, so I gotta give him his time. You know what I mean? Feed him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, last year, crazy story. I fell off a horse, me and my lady.
Oh dang.
Dude, we almost died. Like we
What
had a
the-
concussion. Yeah, we fell on our heads, and I didn't want to stop at a clinic out there. You know what I mean? So, dude, I drove with the concussion all the way from Chihuahua all the way to Tucson.
What the heck?
Yeah, so I drove. Yeah, it was the craziest thing ever happened. So,
And how did it happen, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
yeah. So it's a regular horse, Mancito, family, whatever. You know what I mean? I call my lady, hey, you want to take on the ride with the horse? She was like, yeah. She gets on, and I started getting on the back of the saddle. I accidentally moved my feet to his like private part, and it kind of like made him jump. While I was getting on, he started like jumping and do it, and we lost balance. I fell on top of my head, and I remember I see my lady like on a bush with her back hurting, and I was like, damn. So in 3 hours, I was already in Tucson. I just got in the truck, told her to get on. We're leaving because I started feeling dizzy. I started feeling dizzy and stuff, and my mom told me, she was out there too. She was like, go to the closest clinic, which is like an hour away, because we're really far from the city. So I drove to the recent clinic, but I was like, I don't trust it here. You know what? I'm gonna go get some real X-rays and
Bro,
stuff.
I'm the same way.
You know what I mean? Like, I pulled up on a Raptor. They're gonna try to get the most money out of me. You know what I mean? They're not gonna want to take care of me. So there's nothing wrong, but like it's like that in Mexico. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just drive to Tucson. We're 3 hours away. Drove out there, dude. My lady was dizzy too, so I was like, yeah, we definitely got hurt. Once I get there, bro, I tell them what happened. I tell the nurses what happened, dude. They start ripping my shirt off and shit. Because they were like, you're probably freaking dying from inside. You know what I mean? Because I started telling them my symptoms. And yeah, dude, they get us x-rays. I think I had a little minor concussion. My lady actually got hurt from her spine. Oh, yeah. So yeah, so it was a bad accident, but it's something that I didn't want to be scared of horses because of that reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. So me quería sacar esa espina of like not being scared of get on a horse again. Right. So I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna get a horse. And I got a horse, bro. I've been riding this dude ever since.
Bro, where do people buy horses, bro?
Dude, I had my friend literally help me buy one. Oh yeah. Buckeyes, dude, is like a whole rancho out there, dude. It's like a different city, dude. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. It's like Mexico out there.
What are your go-to spots, bro? Like for, let's say, again, you're not at the shop. You want to take your lady out to a nice dinner. Where are you going?
I like tequila a lot. Have you guys heard of tequila? Yeah. Tequila. My boy owns tequila right there. Sergio. Shout out to my boy Sergio. I love the food there, dude. I love the food there. Or say another restaurant, it's Marisco La Finiquera. Have you guys been to Marisco La Finiquera? 43rd and Thomas, dude. It's my boy Luis and Gabe, man. They've been owning that business. Really good people, dude. Their food is the best. It's a mariscos, dude. But when I go there, I get an aguachile ribeye. Have you guys ever tried an aguachile ribeye? It's like a ribeye cooked, right? Mm-hmm. And then they just literally they have their own secret like mariscos sauce. Yeah. And they just pour it all over, dude. So it's a cold mariscos, but with the hot ribeye on top, dude. Ooh. Best play ever, bro. And they also have a machete. Have you guys ever heard of machete before?
The machetes, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a quesadilla, but like the tortilla maíz long, the chicharrón rojo. 10 out of 10. I recommend it, bro. I recommend my Escuela Finica. Try it, bro. It's really good. It's really good.
There's a lot of places we need to try. But honestly, bro, Arizona has like really good spots, bro.
Really good spots, bro. I feel like they have better spots here than California, in my opinion. Because every time I go to California, bro, there's like just the basics. You know what I mean? Maybe because I don't live out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the food here is just way better, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
And it's not that far. Like everything's pretty close. You know, like honestly, man, I think we have better food than Texas,
100%,
and California, bro. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate maybe for saying that, but
I can agree,
that Tex-Mex, bro. I'm not interested in that, man. Like, give me some real like Mexican stuff. Yeah, you know?
There's a lot of good places here, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you a question, but I think we were gonna ask something, no, bro.
I don't know. You're good.
Have you been to Edgardo's new taco spot?
Yeah, tacos, pochos, right?
Something like that, right?
Yeah,
Have you been there?
Yeah.
I need to go there. Well, we need to go there. Yeah. You recommend?
Oh yes, it's really good, bro. It's really good. When I go there, bro, I get la papancha.
La papancha.
La papancha.
Like
it sounds really good. Yes, it's literally a big potato, bro, with carne asada on top and cheese. It's like a big potato, but it's like just mashed potato on aluminio. So it's not like the whole potato. You know what I mean? It's just mashed potato, and then they put the meat on top with cheese, chipotle, sour cream. Dang. And then you add your own ingredients to it. That's a really go-to. The tacos al pastor is good. They have tacos ribeye too. So it's really good, bro. I've been there a few times already, and it's pretty good. Yeah, shout out to my guy Noé. It's pretty cool people. My boy Danny. Yeah, good people out there. Good people.
So if you had to say, man, top 2 taco spots in Arizona, bro.
In Arizona, the whole Arizona.
Jesus Christ,
where
bro.
Where you going, bro?
Oof. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Tacos al carbón. Tacos is up there for sure, bro. It's like for sure up there. And
is that Tacarbon?
Tacarbon, yeah. Tacarbon for sure is up there. And their vampiros are really good. I'm a big fan of vampiros. Vampiros, just because they put like frijoles on top of it too. Okay. So that just is like a cherry on top. You know what I mean? Yep. Second would be, that's a hard one, dude, because there's so many taco spots, bro. And it sucks because like, I have a lot of friends that own taco shops. So cut this, bro. You know what I mean? Damn, you put me in a hard spot, bro. For sure.
There's a lot of competition, though. Like, I will say that. There's a lot of competition.
I would say Tacos El Pocho, too, bro. Tacos Pochos. Okay. Yeah, they have really good tacos, bro. I like the Al Pastor there a lot. I would say there. I would recommend it, bro. It's really good there. It's really good.
I'm going to hit it up. I saw that. Oh, this is a while back, but you had a Gabito too, bro, at your store.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he kind of disappeared, bro. Like you don't hear nothing about this.
Yeah, he disappeared. Yeah, dude.
Is he alive, bro?
Yeah, I think he is, bro. Yeah, he pulled up a couple times, dude. He was a really cool dude too. But yeah, he bought some drip for sure. But yeah, I haven't seen him on social media or anything like that, huh?
Yeah.
They probably took his visa away. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of artists they took their visa away, so they've been dead on this side. You know what I mean? But I seen he's been at concerts out there in Mexico and stuff. But for sure, I have not seen anything about him being on this side. But that probably happened. You know what I mean?
Without sharing the amount, if you're not comfortable, but who has spent the most at your store in one transaction?
5,000 exactly, bro. We had this lady just random pulled up, and yeah, she bought. She's up there for sure.
Yeah,
I would say she spent like $5,000 worth of for the. She bought like 4 pairs of Travis Scott's, bunch of stuff, bro, bunch of stuff. Yeah, third
For
person.
herself or like somebody else?
It was gifts. It was gifts for her and her family. Yeah.
and so at that point, do you just like, all right, guys, let's close up shop, or you just
No, dude. Literally, I was by myself too.
Oh, you're by yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself. I was bagging everything up, dude. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to go one day, bro, and take somebody, and do like have you seen when they do that sneaker shopping like stuff?
Yeah.
I would want to do something like that. At your store.
Yeah, it's
That'd be
sick,
cool,
dude.
bro.
I always wanted to do that too, but I'm kind of shy to ask people to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Who would you want at your store, bro? Like if you could, if for whatever, if like we could get them to watch this video, and so they can go to your store, who would you want to visit your store, bro?
That's a good question, bro. Let's see, bro. I really don't have anyone specific, bro. I just anybody cool, man. Anybody's welcome. I really don't have any specific person that would like to come to my store. Anybody who wants to spend a bag, how about that? You know what I mean? Anybody who's down to spend a bag.
Peso Pluma's here this Friday.
Oh yeah. Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, with the Dinastia tour or whatever.
Oh yes. Never mind. Damn.
So-
That tour already started. Holy crap. That'll be
So
sick.
who knows, bro? He may
My
pull up.
guy just put me on, bro.
Yeah.
No cap.
That'd be dope, bro. Best
Yeah,
of
that'll
luck to your
be
store.
pretty cool to have him out, bro. Just because he's worldwide, you know what I mean? So that'd be pretty cool.
Yo, he might
Who are-
pull up.
Hey, we'll see, man. Well, I mean, besides like somebody like spending at your store, but who's somebody you would want to meet to like, just learn some game from of any kind?
I really would like to pick. I really don't have anyone in mind like that, bro. I've never thought about it like that. I've just been so focused, like I have my store that I never thought about it like that, bro. But I feel like someone cool to have would be Canelo, because he's not really out there. You know what I mean? I feel like his story would be pretty cool because he started from nothing and now he has almost billions of dollars. You know what I mean? What do you do with so much money? And now it's not about money no more. Now he's just like, he represents a lot of people now. You know what I mean? So I wonder how he looks at life now. You know what I mean? Since he's the face of boxing and represents Mexicans.
Yeah.
So I would really like to have him. That would be pretty cool.
That's
He's
actually
funny
a
as
good
hell
one.
too, dude. Have you guys seen him?
Yeah.
Dude, he's hilarious. He's hilarious. He's really like himself too. He cusses like him, like, it's whatever, you know what I mean? So I feel like having him would be pretty sick.
The clips that they shared where he's like trying to speak English and it was like bad. Those are always
He's
funny
got
to me.
it. Well, I don't know if you guys seen, dude. The reason I would like to have him, dude, because his English got better,
Yeah.
but at cussing. He be cussing now. So, and all the comments on those videos is like, who taught Canelo Spanish, bro? You know what I mean? Bro's just cussing out here left and right.
Yeah, Canelo's a menace, bro.
Yeah.
I still remember that one. It's like, he's like, get out of here. It's my night.
Yeah.
Like that whole entire clip, bro.
His English was still bad there, dude.
And then it looked kind of funny, but you know that thing he was doing?
Oh,
Like, at first, it looks funny because you don't know what it means, but those who do know what it means, it's like, screw you or
Yeah.
right? But it just looks kind of funny. It's like, but that was one of the funniest altercations or like situations he's been in. But I know, like, I asked you said Canelo. The guy that I would choose, man, he's dead, but Nipsey Hussle, man. I feel like he knew a lot about different things. He's very motivated in the space of just like creating and just being an entrepreneur and all that. It's sad to see that, he got killed by his own community in a sense. I
Pretty
think.
much.
But yeah, what about you, Diego?
Somebody who I'd want to meet.
Yeah.
I might.
Although they say don't meet your heroes or whatever because they'll disappoint you.
Oh, yeah, I've
Have you
heard that one.
Is
Yeah.
that what they say?
Something like that.
I don't know. Like I said, I work in the photography and videography business, so there's been some opportunities to do concerts. There's been some opportunities to do influencers. But I'm not really like crazy on like artists and all that. Obviously, like Peso Pluma would be cool. Fuerza Regida would be cool. Just because, like, but for me, cool in the sense of like filming something for them that I could post on my page that would make my page look good. Not necessarily like taking a photo. Because at least my friend Luis Milan, he's like my mentor, and he always told me like, when you ask them for a photo, it changes their perspective on how they see you.
Exactly.
Right? As a business to
Yeah,
business.
100%,
right?
bro.
So then, like, a lot of people that I've gone to film already, my friends will ask me, you didn't take a picture with them? I'm like, no, because I don't want to look like that guy, like a fanboy. You know, I wanted them to see me as a serious camera guy, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Yeah, that's something I've always done too, bro. When, like, for example, you meet up with friends, business friends, I never really talk about business. It's always more like a mutual, like, how's your, like, what you've been up to, you know what I mean? How's family and stuff. And I feel like that's something that's connected me with more people because they don't see me as, like, as a person just trying to pick their head, you know what I mean? It's more like a friendship, you know what I mean? So I never try to talk about business with any type of business friends either, you know what I mean? So that's a good way for you to say it.
yeah. And so, like, I think those would be cool. And outside of that, bro, I don't know, whatever opportunity kind of comes and presents itself, I would be thankful for really any capacity, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because you've also like recorded a couple artists too, like Kane Rodriguez, which you said he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's always there's a lot of güeritos, like Mexican American güeritos, you know, like me, you. Not that we're artists, right? But like you don't expect them to speak English. Like I'm sure it's happened to you where someone's like, you speak English or you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I actually speak better Spanish than English, you know. Well, in some cases, better.
No sour or what? You're no sour or what?
Oh, nah, man. Or that.
I'll be getting Spanglish in there, but I'd be talking English and then speaking into Spanish real quick. You know what I mean? But
What side of town did you grow up in, bro?
I grew up on 35th and like Glendale, 35th and Bethany Home. Yeah, I went to Washington High School on 20th Avenue in Glendale.
Is that the one that has the Patriots logo or no?
No,
Or
it's
is
a
that
Rams.
Independence?
It's a Rams. It's a
Oh, it's a
Rams.
Rams.
It's the Rams. Yes, I think that's Independence that you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I think it's on 75th. But yeah, man, I grew out there. Cool neighborhood. It's nothing crazy. You know what I mean? It was nice neighborhood. Yeah, not crazy. It was a cool neighborhood. Grew up there. Went all 4 years to Washington High School.
When you were growing up, bro, what was your mom's favorite dish that she would make you?
Green enchiladas for sure.
Hey.
Green enchiladas. Green enchiladas. You guys tried green enchiladas before?
yeah,
My wife, that's my wife's.
Yeah.
Go to.
It's funny because they're called green enchiladas, bro, but they're not green. They're like yellow. My mom's enchiladas,
Yeah,
she calls them green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's for sure that's the go-to for sure.
And every time I meet somebody in business, bro, whether it's through filming or through wherever, I always like to ask this question. Do you have any regrets, bro?
Nah,
No.
I don't because I feel like I'm at where I'm at today because of those decisions. You know what I mean? So I try to look at it as no regrets for sure.
Nice.
I really don't have no regrets, but I think about it that's a good question, bro, because I really sometimes I go to sleep with regrets. You know what I mean? But I try to like put it like today was a good day because of my decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no regrets, bro. Because
And I think that's what separates entrepreneurs from, like, no offense against, again, 9 to 5 people. You know, if that's what you're comfortable with or if you like that, that's cool. But at least for me, sometimes I'll sit there, bro, in bed, like you said, right before bed. And I'm like, dang, like, I got to pay for this. I got to do this. I got to do this move right. I got to set up this meeting right. I got to execute this. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next, few weeks or few couple of days. So if you're an entrepreneur out there, like, we get it. We get the grind. We get the hustle. And that's why we want to bring people like VickzKickz and business owners who give you insight on, like, what they do, too. Because, I mean, not to say, like, you're a regular person, but we're all regular people. We're all normal people. We go through ups and downs in businesses, and whatever you're trying to start, like I feel like I always say it, but like if you're trying to start a nail salon or a coffee shop or a lemonade stand, whatever it is, like just go for it. Go for it. Take a chance on yourself. I remember sitting at the bank for hours, bro, because it was slow. There was not a lot of people coming in. And I would think to myself, man, I'm probably making like 120, 140 per day. I'm like, I could be making double or triple if take a chance on myself. You know what I mean? And so just, something to think about, I guess.
the sky's the limit, bro. When you're your own worker, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit, bro. So it's pretty sick, bro. Because me growing up, bro, freshman year, I was getting into sports, right? And I wanted to play basketball so bad, but I also wanted my own money. You know what I mean? So I started working at Jack in the Box, and I worked Jack in the Box all high school. But I regret it so much, dude. I missed on playing with my friends basketball. I missed out playing baseball, and to this day I regret it. So I think that's the only regret I had that I wanted to bring up is choosing money over time and memories that you can't buy no more. You know what I mean? I regret not playing basketball with my friends. So now my little brothers are like me now. They want their own money. You know what I mean? And I tell them, no, dude, focus on school.
Enjoy your time.
Enjoy your time. Play sports. Make memories because money comes and goes. You know what I mean? Memories don't, dude. You know what I mean? You're still young. But that's something I do regret, dude. Not playing basketball, sports, and stuff like that.
Which is important, again, to hear from somebody who's successful. Money's not everything, you know, and we hear that all the time, but it's different when you hear somebody who's, you know, who's making it in life to tell you, like, money's not everything, you know, like, there's other things. And for me, that's how I see it. Like, there's very few things that I'll sacrifice for, like, a wedding because that's, like, my bread and butter. But, like, time with family or, like, I recently became a dad. Like,
Congrats,
time
bro. Congrats.
thank you. Time with my mom, with my wife and my daughter. Like, there are very few things that I will sacrifice to make sure that I'm there with them, you know. So
Something I can relate, bro, for sure.
yeah.
You know, sacrifice your time every time. You know what I mean? Have you got those? Have you got those arguments with your wife already or no?
Well, which
You're
one?
just working. You're just working. You don't have time for this, dude. You're gonna hear those forever, dude. You're gonna hear those forever. But shout out to the wives for understanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not easy. It's sometimes, I mean, we both work. She has her job, but sometimes when she's alone with the baby all day, it gets stressful. And so, even coming out after a 10-hour, 12-hour, 8-hour wedding, I still come home and help her. I'm like, hey, I'll help you with whatever you need help with, which is a whole nother part that people don't see of, you know, entrepreneurship is like when you get home, you still got things you got to take care of.
100%, bro. 100%. Definitely.
And also with business, sorry, bro.
No,
Also with business, bro. I heard you say you believe in God. How important do you think it is for entrepreneurs to have a relationship with God? Everybody's relationship looks different, right? But for you, like, what would you say to those business owners who are, you know, maybe they have faith or they don't have faith?
It's really weird, bro, because I'm very religious, but like believing in God, right?
Yeah.
I pray every night, and I try to, I thank Him the most I can, dude, because I'm in a whole different place where I prayed for this. You know what I mean? I prayed for this. Now what? You know what I mean? And but sometimes I feel so guilty because like I don't go to church, but like the way I see is I feel so close to Him at night that like that is church for me. You know what I mean? Just talking to Him at night and stuff like that. But then I do want to build that seed of going to church. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I feel like talking to God is a whole different type of like emotions you get once you do make it. You know what I mean? Like this dude literally listened to my prayers. You know what I mean? Now you gotta just think back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good, man.
That's cool that you said that because we're kind of, I mean, we knew each other through church, and we grow up hearing people like, no, you gotta go to church, you gotta go to church. So it's important that you say that, like, you have your own time with God, you know, and that feeds you enough, just like assisting church. So also, like, I feel like that within itself could be a message to people who maybe could be a little too religious sometimes and be like, no, you gotta go to church, like, I don't care what your excuse is. But in this case, like you said, that's enough for you, and that's good. And like I said, everybody's relationship looks different, so that's cool, bro.
Have you been to church before? Like,
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, definitely. I've been to church, the one on 27th Avenue and Bethany Home, I think. St. Joseph, I think it's called. I don't know.
Is it Catholic church?
It's Catholic church, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a Catholic church, bro. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I remember one time, dude. I went to that church, dude, and it was a different. I love that church, bro, because I went there and it's just like I got escalofrios that day. You know what I mean? I was just like, damn, this is a church for me. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude. But it sucks, dude, because I do feel that guilt of like not going to church, not having that time, and an excuses for me to say I don't have time because I do. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I do want to make that time to. I feel like that's the next goal for me. You know what I mean? Not just about work and stuff, but like go to church and put that time to God for sure.
For sure.
That's good, man. I think I mean, we grew up in church. Like, when I say we grew up in church, like we went twice on a Sunday.
Holy crap!
Like they called Escuela Dominical.
Are you
We go in
not?
the morning.
Sorry, bro. Are you like Catholic, Christian, or like?
Yeah, we're Christian. It's
Okay.
Christian.
like yeah, Pentecostal type.
Mm.
So like on Sundays, they don't do this anymore, but on Sundays, you would go to the morning service and then you go back home. You have a evening service, and then just
midweek.
church throughout the week.
Yeah.
So like there's definitely a balance to all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good that you're searching. Or I mean, you have a relationship with God,
100%. Yeah.
but like you're wanting to take it to the next level.
Yep.
And I think that's good. And also like your kid will see that too. Like grow up in that environment of like going to church, which I think it's very important. And I hope you find, although I think you have your church from what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I hope you find that, man, and just keep on seeking God, and He'll keep on answering your prayers.
That's it.
I think we're all living on our mother's prayers, on our own prayers. And I feel you, man. Thankful to God for like all the answered prayers, and maybe some are still being answered.
100%, bro.
But like I just had my baby girl 3 weeks ago. She's a miracle because
Congrats, bro.
we had been going through it for a long time where we couldn't, and finally we have our baby girl, and it's the biggest blessing, man.
Congrats, brother. Congrats.
Yeah, it's like I see when you're with your son and you're investing this time, you're playing baseball with them and all this. I'm like, that's cool, man. I respect that. You're not just a business owner. You're a father, an active father.
Full time, yeah.
So that's
it's a full time job, bro. It's a full time job for sure.
So we're all dads here,
Yeah.
What's one thing we want to make sure our kids know about us as they get older?
Being a good person, bro. Being a good person. I want them to know I was a good person. That's it. Just treat people good. You know what I mean? For sure that. Just be a good person.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, I think the same. Be a good person, and then the only thing I would probably add is just like work hard. Work hard. Like I always tell my wife, like, yeah, we want to set them up, like give them things that maybe we didn't have, like have their car ready for when they're in high school, but not tell them, because then if you tell them, they think of it differently. More of a surprise.
Yeah.
You want them to have that hustle.
Yeah, to work for it, to earn it in a sense. Even though like being my kids is enough, but still, like I want to have that little entrepreneur inside of them.
Yeah.
So that's it. But what about you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good human being, man. And just like learn from their parents that anything you want in this life, you can get it. And last but not least, fear God, man. Fear God, not like scared, but like fear Him, and just just give
Respect.
reverence to God, and that they grow up knowing God. Because I think we're living in a generation where people are forgetting or not knowing about God just because it's so many distractions.
A lot, bro. A lot.
And I think this world entirely is lacking God, and that's why we're seeing a lot of killings, a lot of just different types of injustices all around.
Genocide everywhere, bro. It's bad.
Yeah. So, but
Not to get political, bro, at all, because I'm not really like that. But what message do you have, bro, with all the stuff going on to like our people, Mexican people? Like, if you take advantage of this time, like what message would you have for our Mexican community that maybe is scared right now, bro, with everything going on? What does VickzKickz have to say for the people?
Dude, my mom's an immigrant, you know what I mean? But gracias a Dios, she just got her card, you know what I mean?
Nice.
So now she's
Nice.
thankfully
Nice.
she can breathe, you know what I mean? But that doesn't, just because she's okay, that doesn't mean that's gonna like me not care about the people that don't, you know what I mean? I still fear for my people that can't be here, you know what I mean? And they're just being good people working every day, you know what I mean? The only message I have is just keep going, like, just keep, it's another day. Don't let that fear get in the way from your dreams, you know what I mean? If it stops you, come back, keep going, you know what I mean? There's nothing we can do from our hands, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I like that, bro. Yeah, I think it's big that you say that, because I think there's people that forgot.
Yes.
Like that there's still a lot of
There's
our
a lot of
family or
people-
friends
yeah.
that, don't have their papers. Like I know, like our parents do, or I think
No, yeah, my mom got her green card
Okay.
2 years ago. Okay, you're good.
But like you don't forget, you shouldn't forget, you know. And I think, our background, a lot of us still have friends and family that are,
Mhm.
undocumented, which I know I do, and I'm just like, man, like I I could have been on that side,
100%, bro.
but
100%.
my parents came here, parents they migrated as well, and
Mhm.
they got the papers too, but it was with a lot of sacrifice, and I'm sure you guys follow all these pages that talk about like your parents crossing. It says like tus padres vinieron para acá para darte el sueño que ellos no tuvieron, and it's just like
That's so accurate.
can't knock
bro.
on that.
They're so that's
like,
so accurate.
like it's
It's
just
crazy, bro. It's
But-
crazy.
yeah. Shout out to our people, man.
Hardworking people, bro. Hardworking people.
Yeah, like I mean, people who come and commit crime, that's different. But there's a large majority of people who just come here for a better life. Like my mom, we have some family that was involved in like drug trafficking and all that. And I remember once a few days ago we were meditating on like why we were here, and she was like, "This is why I brought you guys here, because I didn't want you guys involved in any of that violence. Like it's too easy over there to just work on that because it's very lucrative." She was like, and that's why I brought you guys here for a better future, and that's a lot of our stories. And so when you see, unfortunately, people like trying to, deport people and all that, it's like they contribute to the community, they contribute to the economy too. And it's like, they're just hardworking people. They're just here to work for a dream.
Yeah.
Leave them alone. They're not bothering you. If anything, they're helping, they're paying taxes. They're, helping out businesses, starting their businesses. So shout out to my Mexican people. We love you. We're here for you, and we stand for you guys. If this podcast will do anything besides motivate people, is we'll stand with you guys, and
And I just gotta say, man, one thing that bugs me is when people say, "Well, if you love Mexico so much, go back," or whatever. Whether I was
That's
born here or not.
crazy, bro. I hate when I hear that too, bro.
Like you can love your culture and also not love what's going on in Mexico.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
come on now, like I don't see why they don't understand that. Nobody's saying when we say we love Mexico, Viva Mexico, and all those phrases, we're not saying we love the corruption, the cartels. We're not saying that. There's so much. You move that to the side, bro. Mexico's probably one. If they remove all that, Mexico's probably one of the best countries to be in, bro. Hands down. I mean, I told you last time I went to Ciudad de Mexico, and I was like, bro, this is a spot I would probably live in if I were to go back, or if I were to go to Mexico and live there, not go back because I was born here. But
Bro, there's pyramids in Mexico. A lot of people don't even know, bro. Like it's beautiful out there, bro.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
But have you been besides Chihuahua? Have you been to like any other? Part
No, bro. I've been to Los Mochis, Sinaloa. I've been out there, bro. But that's about it, man. Just Chihuahua, Sonora, and Sinaloa. That's it, bro. That's it. I've always wanted to travel, but it's hard to travel when you're full-time business. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Because to this day, I'm learning every day how to be a business owner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't stop learning. So each day I'm learning, bro. Each day I'm learning.
You don't want to open any more stores, bro, here in Phoenix?
I don't, bro. I don't. And the reason why is, bro, is because as a business, bro, it's a lot of overhead. It's a lot of overhead. In retail, bro, it's a lot of overhead, having staff, taxes, all that. You know what I mean? So the goal is less overhead. And I feel like that retail business, that idea that I have online would be way better. No overhead. You don't got to pay rent on Shopify. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you.
You know what I mean? Everybody's shopping online, but then that feeling of people coming in store and trying on shoes is different. You know what I mean? There's a lot of returns online stuff, so that's a pretty much headache too. You know what I mean? But I get that question a lot, dude. In my head, I haven't had the idea of opening up another local shop.
I think it's because people tie like, oh, if you have more stores, it means you're doing better.
No,
But
it's not,
not
bro.
necessarily true.
It's more headaches. It's more headaches and more migraines for sure.
Yeah. I remember my dad growing up. He would tell me, like cada dolor es un dolor.
Yeah.
So the more money you're making, the more headaches you're gonna have, which is true. Like now that I'm running the business. Like I woke up with 10 messages from different clients today, Abraham, Abraham. They're not all bad. Some were like, hey, like we need this done. Can you come look at this project? Can you come? Good and bad. Hey, can you guys check this out? I saw that there's this. I'm like, bro, my daughter didn't let me sleep last night, and I woke up to like 10 messages. I was like, oh my god,
It's gonna be a day.
but that's what it is, though. You know, like you deal with it, good and bad. You know, you take the you take those really good days or good weeks, and you live with it, and then you have those low or bad days. And you're like, you know what? It just makes you grateful for what you got. You know, like the lows and then the highs. It just balances you out.
Yeah, like he was saying about the drive and like the adrenaline that you get. Same thing this weekend, bro. Out of nowhere, like I finished that wedding, and then Sunday morning somebody hit me up for an engagement. Somebody hit me up with two clients for a wedding. We went, we met, and I was like so busy, and I was like, this is what I like, you know, like signing up new clients, deposits, getting that last minute engagement, getting paid on the spot. I'm like, dang, like that's the drive, you know. That's why we do it.
You know, and shout out to people that don't have the time to post, because like, you know, obviously there's a lot of people that post all their business and that they're busy, and there's people that don't post, and the people that don't post doesn't mean that you're not doing good. Like
Right.
it means that you're really busy. You don't got time, or you don't know how to.
Don't let
how to
social
use
media
this.
fool you.
Yeah, like, because I mean, we live in this social media world where we know, you know, what this person's up to. They got a lot of, you know, jobs and all this, and it's like that's good, you know. But there might be somebody who's watching, like, damn, like how come I'm not doing that? It's like you're not doing that because you don't want to, or you can't, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, if you want to do it, you know. Everything's just an action, just one move away from doing that. You know what I mean? So I think we just got to keep going and never look left and right. And if you do, it's to say like good job, you know, not to hate on anybody. There's already a lot that we go through as entrepreneurs. Like why hate on somebody, or why let someone that doesn't like you bring you down? You know what I mean? Like just keep going and smile through it all, man. You know, like every day comes with a new blessing, man. And so
Yes, sir.
It's funny, bro, because I get a lot of hate comments on Instagram.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's messages, right?
Well, what is the craziest thing you heard?
No, dude, you'll be random stuff. Like I post a shoe for a price, and it'd be like a fake username, you know what I mean, saying your prices are disgusting or whatever. And it's funny, dude, because I kill them with kindness, right? So you guys remember that a few weeks ago, that Friday, that all the businesses closed down, with all the ice going on, right? So I posted that I was gonna be closed, right? And these dudes started replying. He was like, basically, you know, saying some mad stuff. And it's funny because I killed them with kindness. And they kind of switched over. I saw that they even followed me. And I killed them with kindness. And they kind of respected that and started following me back. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of like a thing where like I could have let my orgullo get in and talk back, you know what I mean, in a rude way, but I just started killing people with kindness. But yeah, dude, I get a lot of messages saying that, dude, your prices are crazy.
Like high?
Yeah, they're saying prices are high. Yeah, it's sometimes people that don't understand that I sell exclusive sneakers, you know what I mean? They think it's just a regular pair of Jordans. But I have to like take the time to like explain, and I do take the time to explain why it's this price, whatever, and just try to educate people sometimes why that shoe is at that price, you know what I mean? But
a lot of people are uneducated. Like, they don't understand.
What
the exclusivity of certain sneakers. Like there's a lot of people who just buy mids, and they think like because they know mids, they know every shoe, and it's like that's not
exactly,
not how it works,
bro. Yeah, I take the time to educate people, and I respect people's opinions at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I definitely try to take the time. I never take anything the wrong way. But yeah.
What's the rarest pair of shoe you've ever had in store, bro?
I would say the Blue Lobster SB.
Oh yeah,
Blue Lobster SB for sure. It was a Blue Lobster with the box and everything. You rarely see that shoe
special
with
box.
No, it was a regular blue, just a regular blue box. But I knew it was something crazy when the dude came and had a blue SB box. I was like, it's gonna be something crazy, and it's for sure the SB Blue Lobster. We posted that shoe same day, sold, boom.
Dang.
Yeah.
What's the most you've paid for a shoe in store as the owner? Like, oh, I gotta have this. I don't care what the price is. I'm gonna pay and buy it off of somebody.
Nothing crazy, brother. I would say 1,500. $1,500, and it was a green lobster.
A
It was a green lobster. Yeah, it was a green lobster. I paid really high on that one because it was a source. I sourced it for a customer. So we didn't really make that much money off that shoe, but I think that's the most I ever paid for a shoe to
But,
resell.
Like, to your point, you didn't make money, but you kept a customer happy.
Yeah.
That, like you said, word of mouth is going to be like, hey, every time I talk to VickzKickz, he takes care of me. So
For
go
sure,
with
bro.
him,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. Sometimes I break even on shoes just to find the shoe for that specific client. You know what I mean? And they don't even know that. They think I'm making money off them, but literally I just paid the price what I'm selling it for you for. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes that happens, dude. But I don't really mention it because at the end of the day, it's just helping someone out getting that shoe. You know what I mean?
Just a favor.
Yeah, and a lot of people think I'm a huge sneakerhead, bro, just because I own a shoe store. But I like it because I like this business a lot because how much new people you meet. You know what I mean? It's pretty sick meeting different people every day, dude. And I pick at everybody's head that comes in, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, because 80% of my client is raza for sure. 80% raza. You know what I mean? I love that my raza supports me, but I kind of want to grow more and expand
venture off
everything. I want everything. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Same thing for me. Like, I get a lot of weddings through the raza, which I'm grateful for. But sometimes you want to branch off and do different stuff. Like, I've gone to do like Indian or Middle Eastern weddings, and they're cool. They're just different. So I would like to branch off maybe into other stuff too.
Yeah.
So.
In the landscape industry, it's a little different.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I actually, most of the time it's Caucasian that are reaching out. Like in the landscaping industry, I mean, there's like certain races that always try to, cut you at the bottom. Like, hey, come on, bring it down. I know, this person, he can recommend whatever, like, or I'll recommend you or something. And that is real. Like that's not a joke. Like, people do want you to give them a better price because what they can offer you. Like, oh, I'll tell you about my tell my neighbors about you. And it's always certain races that always wants like a half. And I'm like, bro, at this point, I'm gonna work for you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, but yeah, and the landscaping industry is different. But I mean, in shoe game and videography, like you want, everything you can get. You know, I don't know if it's the same. I'm not gonna say the rate.
No, yeah. But we got a good idea what you're talking about.
100%, bro.
What was I gonna ask? Oh, bro, drop your Instagram, store location, and hours, bro, for the people who are listening.
Yeah, VickzKickz, located at 515 East Camelback Road. Open every day, Monday through Sunday, bro. Open every day, no excuses. The only days I'm closed is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. That's the only day, man. But you'll see me out there Thanksgiving night, Black Friday. You'll see me out there Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? Missing time Christmas Eve just to be working, you know what I mean? But taking care of those clients that need last minute gifts, you know what I mean? But
Buy, sell, trade.
Buy, sell, trade. We buy everything, man. We buy designer, Jordans, Yeezys, anything you can think of. But yeah, we buy everything, man.
Are you there on Sundays too, bro?
Every day, bro. Every day. If I'll be there probably for an hour, but I like to show up every day for sure. I like to you always have to work harder than your staff for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to be an example for sure. You know what I mean? So I'm there every day for sure.
Which is good because I remember being at the bank. I had a branch manager specifically at BMO that homie would come in the morning. We'd have the morning meeting. He would drink a coffee and then he would take off, come back like midday, and then take off for the day. And it was always like, oh, I got family coming in from out of town, or like all these excuses. And then there would be problems that would happen at the branch, and he'd be like, "Why didn't you guys call me?" And it's like, because you're never here, So it's cool that as an owner, like you prioritize to be there and to work harder, like you said, with your staff, because that way you set the tone, you set how it's supposed to be every day. Come here, show up, and sell to the people.
100%, bro. 100%. That's exactly how it is, bro. That's exactly how it is.
What's a hot shoe right now, bro, that everybody's buying?
I would say New Balances. Okay. The New Balances has popping a lot. Those bulky 9060s. Have you guys seen those? Yeah. The ladies have been on them. Guys been on them. But that's a really good seller for sure for the holidays. Everyday shoe. We've had dude. I remember, what was it? This Friday that just passed. Random dude pulled up. He was on his way to work. and he needed some shoes. Literally walked in.
That's cool.
I was getting ready to back him up. He's like, no, I need to go to work, bro. Started putting the New Balances on and stuff. So it's good to have like that variety of shoes in my store.
Okay.
Because I don't want people to come in just think like, oh, we just saw expensive sneakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to like a designer store at Fashion Square, like LV, Gucci? I went there once, dude, and I hated the feeling of how the employees looked at you like, oh, this dude's not gonna buy nothing. He just came to browse.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
you're gonna buy shoes?
Yeah,
Nah, I don't
exactly,
think so.
exactly. So when people come to VickzKickz, I never want them feeling that way. You know what I mean? So I want them to know there's a budget of $40 shoes all the way to $3,000. You know what I mean? So when people come to VickzKickz, I want them to know that there's all types of budgets here. You know what I mean?
That's important because at least in my world, like I've been sometimes at weddings and I treat everybody with respect and humble because you never know who you're gonna meet. And I've been in places where you meet somebody who has 5 businesses, 10 businesses, and they need a camera guy. And you're like, oh, shoot. Like, if I had been rude to him or something, maybe that's a closed door. You know, so that's cool that as a store owner, like, you treat everybody the same as far as, like, customer service and welcoming into the store. Because that's cool, bro. That's how it should be. Like, not look at anybody different because of how they're walking into the store. And
or how they're dressed.
Yeah,
or how they're dressed.
Or how they're dressed.
Or how they're dressed, for sure.
At the bank, too, like, there was sometimes, obviously over time, like you knew your customers, but there was a few times that there was new customers and they would just come in shorts, flip flops, but they had like $7 million in the bank and nobody would ever know. But there were some people that are like, oh, this guy's coming in again. Like, what do you want? But it's like, bro, he's a millionaire. Like, and he's humble. You know, like he's chill. So always treat your people and your clients with respect because you never know
who you're meeting,
gonna
dude.
run into, bro.
100%, bro.
What's the hardest shoe right now, bro, to sell?
Like really tough to sell. Jordan 1s, man.
Really?
Jordan 1 highs.
Really?
The Jordan 1 highs, dude. There's no more demand as it used to be. Well, here in AZ, I would say, you know what I mean? In AZ, I feel like the high top game kind of slowed down, and I feel like because it's really hot here. But yeah, Jordan 1s, when I first started, were the go-tos, you know what I mean? It was a $350 shoe, $400 shoe. And now, dude, they're $100, $120, and they still sit in the shelves. You know what I mean? There's a classic shoe that just came out, the Shatter Backboard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a classic orange, black, white shoe. You know what I mean? That shoe was $500, $600 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Now it's $140.
Sitting in shelves.
Sitting in shelves, dude. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the toughest shoes to sell, and it's hard to like tell people that because there's OGs that come that paid that price to try to sell it to me. They get offered $80 by me. They want to slap me in the face. You know what I mean? But I had to take the time to like let them know why. Before I even offer, I try to like educate people and let them know what's going on. Like, we're not in 2021, 2020, you know what I mean? And I feel like the price went down a lot because of how much supply there is.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just Nike hates stores like me. You know what I mean? It's $1 billion industry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they know we're making money off their shoes, you know what I mean? So they definitely poured supply the most they can, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's the reason it kind of like, it's tough to sell right now.
What shoe is like my bad.
No.
I'd call it like the Toyota, where it keeps its value, like even throughout, the economy. Like, which would you say is
That's
like,
easy.
Yeah, that's easy. You say it for me.
I was gonna say Travis.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
exactly.
besides I know we all know that, but like, what's another one that's like actually held its value pretty up there?
Any kind of Jordan 4 bread or Jordan 11 bread, like the classic colorways, like Jordan 11s.
Okay.
I feel like Jordan 11s have kept their value for sure. Yeah, but I've never looked at shoes like an asset. You know what I mean? I've never even invested in shoes like that. To me, it was just like quick flips. Next shoe. I never tried to fall in love with the shoe. You know what I mean? It was just next shoe. But yeah, I've never seen shoes as an asset of like investing in them and stuff like that. But I noticed a shoe that's always kept its value. It's those classic colorways like the Jordan 4, black, red. You know what I mean? The Jordan high top, Jordan 11s, black, red. For those have definitely kept the value for sure.
And you've never tried doing whatnot, bro?
Yeah, I did, bro. I did it once and I canceled everything.
Why?
Because I took a loss.
Oh.
I took a huge loss, dude. It was like almost $1,000 loss. And not to be rude, but I literally canceled everybody's order because I was like, I'm really gonna hook up like all these people I don't know. I'd rather hook up all the people that's been shopping with me and following me on Instagram. So I canceled everybody's order and thought about my clientele. I was like, I better just invest in my following, my clientele. You know what I mean? And bless them,
crazy.
dude. But yeah, dude. And the dude that got me on when I was telling me that's just the start of it. You know what I mean? And I get it, but like, I had a vision of like just I already have a clientele. I can keep growing it and invest in them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I tried it, dude, and
Was it just like a mistake that happened, or
no, dude, it was just it's really hard to sell there. You know what I mean? I feel like there you need to sell thousands of shoes in a day to see some profit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I
'cause I
definitely
don't know if you see Common High, but they're crazy on
they're
that.
popping, dude. It's huge because they got thousands of followers already. You know what I mean? So I feel like my respects to them because they already have the following and they started on Whatnot really early.
Yeah, when
They
it
started
released,
really early,
yeah.
exactly, really early. But yeah, I never put in the work into Whatnot just because of that reason. I wanted to build my store and just invest in my clientele.
Do you do YouTube at all or no?
I did a little bit, but bro, it's so hard to keep content going. You know what I mean? Content going. I try to push.
Consistency.
Yeah, I was pushing Instagram a lot. I was pushing Instagram a lot and just post every day videos, but different. You know what I mean? Not just the same thing as every sneaker store post, just buying shoes, and I wanted to do something different. And that's literally we're in the progress of that already. We're literally gonna start doing just random stuff at the shop, literally recording just random day.
Yeah, like kind of a day in the life.
Day
or
in the
something
life,
random.
but like just podcast style. Like we have an idea coming up this week. We're just gonna do a carne asada in the front, and then just whoever wants to come, you want a piece of carne asada, whatever, just stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Just have our mics and just be chopping it up with clients or whoever's there. You know what I mean?
On
That's
Saturday?
cool.
Next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. I'm leaving to California Wednesday, so it'll be next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try to pull up.
Pull up, dude.
Let's see,
Pull
we'll
up.
see.
It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe, dude. It's gonna be a vibe.
For sure, bro. And we always like to ask our guests, bro, any kind of like final thoughts that you have, anything that message maybe you have for that entrepreneur that's watching, either a girl or male who's just starting on, maybe they're in the verge of deciding either to go all in or not go all in. Maybe they want to do a shoe store. I don't know. But what message do you have for them that can kind of like, inspire them or motivate
For
them?
sure, bro. I like this quote, man. Yesterday you said today. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Start today, dude. You got to start today. You know what I mean? You don't want to wake up the next. Let's say you plan something years before. You know what I mean? And then let those years pass. Time flies, dude. Time flies. You know what I mean? I wish I started earlier. You know what I mean? I started at 22, 21, but I can imagine if I started way earlier. You know what I mean? I would say start today. Take the risk. You're never gonna know the outcome if you never take that risk.
Yes, sir.
Love that, bro.
Any final thoughts, Abe?
No, man, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's a good pod, bro.
yeah, good episode, VickzKickz, bro.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you for
Appreciate you guys having me,
for
man.
taking the time.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys having me for
We're
sure.
your dad, and you got your wife and all that. So we appreciate you taking the time and
Sure.
and being here and investing into our
No,
viewers.
definitely, bro. Appreciate you guys, man, for having me here,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate
sir.
you guys for sure.
So don't forget, guys, we are doing a giveaway, which
Yeah.
last time we forgot. We're doing a giveaway, and we'll come with more details. We'll make a post on Instagram and all that good stuff.
What are you guys giving away?
We might do a few gift cards,
Yeah.
like Sephora for the ladies, I think, and then like
Yeah, split it up. So it's not just one winner, but two.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
One for the men and one for the women.
Add me on there, bro.
yeah.
Add me on there. I'll give away $100 store credit at VickzKickz.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Okay, there you
Add
go.
me on there, bro.
Three then.
Three winners.
You get
Awesome, bro.
$100 store credit at
Appreciate
VickzKickz.
that, man.
Yo, appreciate it.
Just
man.
add me on there. Add me on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
$100 credit at
Hey,
VickzKickz.
Okay.
And so now it's gonna be, you gotta follow the Mesa Talks on Instagram and VickzKickz.
That makes good
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's dope, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
For sure,
appreciate
brother.
you for that. So thank you guys for watching episode 6.
Yep.
Super good. It's gonna be on YouTube. All the good stuff. We're gonna get a few clips. We'll tag your boy, VickzKickz on there. And yeah, just thank you for wherever you're listening to this podcast again. Maybe you're waking up on the morning, going to work. Maybe you're coming home from work. Maybe you're traveling. I don't know where you're at right now, but wherever you find yourself, we hope that this episode was a blessing to you, to your family, and to just your dreams and everything that you have going on for yourself. Thank you for our viewers, for all the support on social media, for your comments. We see them all. We see the shares. We see the likes, the subscribers, all that stuff. So we're thankful for everybody for showing love on every episode. And just like always, we always do, maybe drop a shoe emoji in the comments just so we know that you made it all the way to the end of the episode. And thank you guys so much. You guys take care.
Take care.